Hi, it is Lion Primal. Today's video is every 1984 Transformer I have. The first of the 1984 Transformers that I have is Generation 1 Optimus Prime. Here is Roller. Here's the cab for Optimus Prime. Here's the top, side, front, the back, and the bottom. Here is the trailer. Here's the bottom, top, front, and the back. So that is Optimus Prime's truck mode. Here is Optimus Prime in his robot mode. There's Optimus's head. His head does not rotate. His arms rotate 360. Elbows do rotate. The 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. Wrist swivel due to it just being pegged in. No articulation at the waist or hips. Except for legs can move back due to transformation. It does have 90 degrees of bend at the knee. Toe articulation due to transformation. There's Optimus Prime's gun. Here is Optimus Prime's trailer. Drone. Here's the inside of the trailer. The hinge is broken, so the trailer door does not stay on. So, but can fire a roller out. Drone has the claw arm. And that folds up. So you can fold the drone down. So there is Generation 1 Optimus Prime in his robot mode. The next 1984 Transformer I have is Generation 1 Megatron. Here is Megatron in his robot mode. Articulation, Megatron's arms can rotate can move out. No wrist articulation, no head articulation, nothing at the waist. Legs can move back a little bit, can move forward a little bit, and I guess it can move out like that. But that's really all the articulation that Megatron has. And I do not have any of his accessories like the fusion cannon or anything. I do want to get his accessories, but I just can't right now. So Megatron right now has no accessories. But there is Generation 1 Megatron in his robot mode. Here's Generation 1 Megatron in his gun mode. Trigger does work, but they took the firing mechanism out of the toy because you used to be able to put little pellets in here and fire them out, but yeah, they took the firing mechanism out of the toy. Decepticon logos on both sides of the handle, as well as one right here. So there is the top, the bottom, the back, and the front. So there is Generation 1 Megatron in his gun mode. Next Generation 1 Transformer I have from 1984 is Soundwave. Here is Soundwave in his robot mode. Here's his head. His head can rotate 360. Can look up due to transformation. Arms can rotate 360. The arms can move back due to transformation. 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. No wrist articulation. Cassette door does open, although it doesn't spring open like it should. But it does open. Legs can kick forward. Feet can collapse in. That's the only articulation of the feet due to transformation. Thigh rotation due to transformation. And he does have a reverse knee, also due to transformation. And I only have one accessory aside from Buzzsaw for Soundwave, and that is his battery gun. One of his guns, anyway. The accessories I don't have for Soundwave are his missiles and the shoulder cannon. But he does have the battery cover where his weapons can be stored. But there is Soundwave in his robot mode. Here is Buzzsaw. In his bird mode. Articulation. Head can move. His wings do have articulation. No articulation at the feet. But there is the top, or the bottom, the top, side, front, and the back. So there is Soundwave and Buzzsaw in robot mode. Here is Soundwave and Buzzsaw in their alternate modes. Soundwave turns into a cassette player. Here's the back, side, front, and the other side. Here's the top and the bottom. Soundwave has a functioning volume knob and functioning power switch. These other buttons do not work. Battery compartment. Can store his weapons. But I only have one of his guns for now, so yeah. So there is Soundwave's cassette player mode. Here is Buzzsaw in his cassette mode. So there is Soundwave and Buzzsaw in their alt modes. Next 1984 Transformer I have is Generation 1 Rumble, or Frenzy with the toy, but in the cartoon is Rumble. Here is Frenzy in robot mode. Head, it's just a spring-loaded thing. Arms, elbow bend that far. Arms can move out that far. Does have bicep swivel. Thigh swivel. He does have a knee due to transformation. And he can hold his guns like that. So there is Frenzy in his robot mode. Here is Frenzy in his cassette mode. Here's the back, front, top, bottom, and the side. So there is Frenzy in cassette mode. The next 1984 Transformer I have is Generation 1 Rumble. He has the same articulation as Frenzy. It's just a spring-loaded head, elbow bend, bicep rotation. Arms can move out that far. Thigh rotation, knee bend, same articulation, same figure, just different colors. So there is Rumble in robot mode. Here is Rumble in his cassette mode. Here's the front, the back, top, side, and the bottom. So there is Rumble in cassette mode. Next 1984 Transformer I have is Generation 1 Laserbeak. Here is Laserbeak in his bird mode. Here's the top, front, side, back, and the bottom. He has all the same articulation as Buzzsaw. Movement, 2 joints at the head, or the neck. joints at the wings, and nothing at the feet. So that is Laserbeak in his bird mode. Here is Laserbeak in his cassette mode. Here's the front, back, side, top, and the bottom. So there is Laserbeak in his cassette mode. The next G1 1984 Transformer I have is Generation 1 Ravage. Here is Ravage in his Jaguar mode. Here's the side, back, front, top, and the bottom. And here's the other side. Articulation, head can move up. Legs do have quite a bit of articulation. Tail can move up. So that is Generation 1 Ravage in his robot mode. Here is Ravage in his cassette mode. Here's the front, back, side, top, and the bottom. So there is Ravage in his cassette mode. Next 1984 Transformer I have is Mirage. Head, there's no head articulation. Arms, do rotate. Does have elbow bend and wrist swivel. No leg articulation. But there is Generation 1 Mirage in his robot mode. He does have a rocket launcher. So there is Mirage in his robot mode. Here is Generation 1 Mirage in car mode. Here's the side, top, bottom, front, and the back. Does roll nicely. So there is Mirage in car mode. The next G1 Transformer I have is Hound. So here is Hound in his robot mode. Articulation, his arms can't really move much, can't even reach past his own chest. There's no head articulation, no leg articulation. Does have a rocket launcher, but does not fire the missile. So there is Hound in his robot mode. Here is Hound in his Jeep mode. Here's the front, side, top, bottom, and the back. Does roll nicely. So there is Hound in his Jeep mode. The next G1 Transformer I have is Bumblebee. So here is Bumblebee in his car mode. Here's the front, side, back, top, and the bottom. Does roll. So there is Bumblebee in his car mode. Here is Bumblebee in his robot mode. Arms rotate 360. Feet can move up and down. And that's really all the articulation he has. But here is Bumblebee in his robot mode. So there is Bumblebee in his robot mode. The next G1 Transformer I have is Generation 1 Ratchet. Here is his ambulance mode. So here's the front, side, back, top, and the bottom. Doesn't roll too good. But there is Ratchet in his ambulance mode. Here is Ratchet in his robot mode. Arms can rotate, can't move out, and there's no elbow bend. Wrists do swivel. No waist articulation and leg articulation. His toes do move down due to transformation. So there is Ratchet's robot mode. Sled that he comes with. Here's the little drone. And I do not have any of Ratchet's accessories. So the gun that is supposed to be right here and the missiles I do not have. And one of the skis is missing. So there is Ratchet's sled. So there is Ratchet in his robot mode. The next G1 Transformer I have is Generation 1 Jazz. Here is Jazz in his robot mode. So here's the back, bottom, top, side, and then the front. Articulation, there's no articulation at the head, but his arms would rotate all the way back if it wasn't for the wings, door wings. There is bicep swivel, wrist swivel, and elbow bend. No leg articulation, no toe articulation, nothing. So there is Jazz in his robot mode. Here is Jazz in his car mode. Here is the side, top, front, back, and the bottom. Jazz does roll. So there is Jazz in his car mode. Next Generation 1 Transformer I have is Thundercracker. Here is Thundercracker in robot mode. Chest is a little loose, so it doesn't stay up. Articulation, there's none at the head. Arms can rotate. There's no fist articulation. Wings are posable. They don't stay on as well as they should. The wings. Feet can move up and down due to transformation. So there is Thundercracker in robot mode. His tail fins like to fall off. So there is Thundercracker in robot mode. Here is Thundercracker in his jet mode. Here is the front, side, back, and the bottom. Wing fell off. So there is Thundercracker in his jet mode. So that is every G1 1984 Transformer I have.